Zatanna spoke.
It was you,
she called. Magical silence enveloped her, cool and refreshing, but her work wasn't done. Grime cleared off the surface like a paper cover burning away. Beneath, the gargoyle was smooth and bright. A second spell saw her calling open a trans-dimensional door. Walking through it left her atop the gargoyle, much faster than climbing, now to call the spirit. Ether hummed around her. Stone cooled beneath her hand, a sure sign that a spirit was looking around the place. Call the spirits to speak. Wind whipped through the graveyard, with the faintest whisper of shh. Each spell was like hacking away at redwood, but Zatanna Zatara, she was good. And if you're good, you only need to do it right once. She walked up to the voice box, placed a hand on the scanner, and said, Zatanna felt the very whorls of her fingerprints change like sandpaper across her palm, shuddered as the jelly of her eye darkened to the amber of Cobblepot. When she spoke, to her own ears, she heard a grating male voice say, Oswald Cobblepot. The door clicked open. The magic shattered. Before her, only darkness. Zatanna held out her hand and whispered, Still light. A golden glow sprung from her hand, and she snuck inside, closing the door behind her. One finger on her chalked sigil, she spoke. Zatanna was safe from the illusion. She wouldn't have it any other way. She didn't care how tough a hero purported to be. Subway stench could take anyone down, from the symbols into the pit of her stomach. There, it blossomed. Her body became a bellows. If it lingered too long, it'd burn. This was the trick. She had to keep circulating it, holding it in herself only long enough to use a bit before sending it rushing back into the sigils. They were so complicated because the circuits needed to be precise.
Zatanna took a ragged breath, and with a twist of her wrist shouted, Thief! She vanished.
Her words echoed through the stone, out into the city, finding her Mori, dear Pietro, who had mapped Gotham City and knew it like his own calcified heart. Well, wouldn't you know? You're right. This is the night I wanted. Quick as a flourish, Zatanna ripped the card in half. Nathaniel screamed and lunged across the table as she spoke, but he was too late. As the card tore in two, there was a flash of gold and black light. Arcane energy surged out from her, slamming Zatanna back and Nathaniel away. Behind them, the bat signal shattered, plunging them into night, and Zatanna spoke aloud. Once more, thick bands of gray light flying from her fingertips, wrapping Nathaniel from head to toe in spectral chains.
No, but I did it. I beat her. I proved myself better than the witch.
A slight smile on Bruce's face as Nathaniel began to sink away and down, out of the astral plane and to wherever he was bound.
That was your first mistake, Nathaniel. You bet against a magician at her own game.
With a sensation like falling, like flying, Zatanna made her way toward that light with her friend in tow.